Career, one thing we haven't seen you do is fight. Were you as maybe surprised as anyone that came to fruition?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't like the hit apparently, and was going to the night. So he kind of cross-checked there, and obviously he was going to the regroup, and he kind of came out to me a couple of cross-checks, and it's just kind of happened, and we're not taking shit from anybody, so it's kind of what it transpired and just kind of escalated.
Did you know it was him the whole time, or do you almost do a double take when you realize who it is that's kind of chasing you down?
No, I knew it was. I mean, yeah, it's everybody plays. There's nobody different out there. It's the hockey players,
As for I guess he didn't like the hit. Would you call it a reverse hit? I mean, you're bracing for contact, I guess, there, and he ends up getting the worst of it.
Yeah, kind of. Just what it looked like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, reverse hit.
Could that just be a situation you've seen guys try and fire their team up and stuff? Maybe some frustration on his part. Like you almost look at it that way.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely came out a lot harder in the third. Whether that was a message that the coach sent in between periods, I'm sure it was. Whether that was a leadership group, they obviously came out and felt they needed to prove something, playing physical, and give them credit. They played hard there in the third, and whatever it was, I think for us to be able to weather that storm and persevere and kind of get contributions from everybody up and down. I think it was a full team win. That's kind of been the story of this team the whole year.
I know you've never fought in the NHL. Did you ever fight in college, or have you ever fought before? Anyone?
Got a couple brothers, so if you count that.
How did you think you did? Held your own?
Yeah, sure.
You actually have a Gordie Howe hat trick with the empty netter. I'm sure that wasn't going through your mind, but wear that a little bit with a badge of honor?
Sure, yeah. It's, obviously pretty cool. It's something that, you don't go into a game really achieving or looking for. And, the guys were coming back, obviously hooting and hollering when I got the empty netter and let me know. And obviously I was aware of it. And yeah, it was a cool moment to share, and happy we were able to get the win.
Just two more quick ones, but the pass to Gabe. I mean, again, there's not a whole lot of time and space there, but we've seen you make that pass with Gabe. He gets off a really nice shot. Just an example, I guess, of the power play really coming together, right?
Yeah, I think just being able to be so diverse, the way we attack, and especially teams that are playing that diamond, they pressure out a ton, and we got to use the middle of the ice. And Gabe's been great. We've been kind of working on that play. He's been finding the space, and you can see him almost trying to step down and then kind of pause and sit back.
Yeah.
And he found that great spot there, and I kind of feathered it in there, and he obviously did the rest.
And just last one, but when you're starting a long road trip, nice to get a goal, and it's the Lowry line, and they can kind of set the tempo for you guys, right? 82 seconds, and you couldn't ask for a better start.
I mean, yeah, it's anytime you can start a road trip on a good note, especially this long one, that's kind of been the identity of our team, and they get to the game and they kind of set the tone for a lot of us, and Nito's been around the net, and we know his hands close to the net, and if you make a turnover, he's gonna make you pay, and they were great tonight, and just controlling the pace of the game, and it seems like every night we're relying on them a lot more and more.
Right on. Thanks for coming.
Kyle, if I can just keep
Sure.
you just.
On your birthday in the NHL? I didn't look back. Do you know?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Usually, not the best games on my birthday, so today was good.
Yeah, and I mean, that's sort of a second effort there, right? Nick makes the nice pass, and then you're obviously just follow up on your own shot.
Yeah, kind of not the best shot in the first one, but kind of continued my momentum and just laying there, so just kind of whacked at it and went in.
Right. Kind of the story of this team getting contributions up and down. Obviously, you get the goal right off the hop from Adam's line, and the power play goal, just sort of similar ingredients to success coming through tonight.
Yeah, I think that's what our team's built on. We can rely on a different line contributing every night, and Lau's line kind of set the tempo today, and from there everyone started rolling, all four lines, and I thought we played pretty good for 60 minutes and got the win.
I know he didn't initiate it, but he certainly was a willing participant. What does it do for the bench and the room when your leading scorer Kyle Connor's dropping the gloves?
Yeah, that was awesome. I don't know if Crosby wasn't happy with something, and just 2 stars going at it was pretty fun to watch. And KC's a feisty guy, so whenever he'll step in for himself or a teammate, he'll get in there and get gritty.
Yeah, we've seen examples of that, right? Mark last week in Florida with Ekblad, and he just kind of shows that every guy is invested, right?
Yeah, we have a bunch of guys that are feisty and just will to win and set the tone and get dirty and fight sometimes. So we all stand there for each other and fight for each other.
Right on. Thanks, You obviously want to get off on the right foot, and no surprise that it's the Lowry Appleton Niederreiter line that kind of gets things going.
Yeah, you knew that Pittsburgh was going to come out and they're going to get after us, and thought we did a great job. That's a great start. Gets them back on their heels, and maybe some negative thoughts or whatever it might be. But just like the way first couple of periods went, actually we played a pretty good road game to get things started.
Yeah, probably could have had a few more early in that first period. Obviously, the third period, I guess you're expecting a push from a proud Penguins team, right? And you kind of got it.
No, they weren't going to go away. And I said anytime Sid Crosby's the captain of any team, he's gonna get his groups to go hard. And they did. We got back. We got a little bit sloppy. We were not quite as sharp as we were the first 2 periods. We had some opportunities to get pucks out and didn't. Kind of just led them a little bit more zone time. But at the end of the day, you can't over-critique a road win.
You mentioned Sidney Crosby. So when a guy like him is dropping the gloves, and on your end, a guy like Kyle Connor, your top scorer, I guess what does that say to the rest of the group? What does that do to the bench and the room?
Well, Sid's trying to fire his group up and drag them into the fight. For KC, he's just trying to create space. Guys won't come near him now that they can see that he'll drop them. But I do not want to see that. I'm great that he got a Gordie-Howe hat trick, but I do not want to see my top goal scorer dropping the gloves. I mean but that's just to compete in KC, and it's one of those things that nobody expected, and it's just part of the game.
Right. I know you were asked the other day about Mark Scheifele not taking very many draws and Gabe doing it. It was really pronounced tonight. Is that just Mark deferring again, or
it's just Mark deferring right now?
He's just
Mark
sharing
deferring.
the love to his teammates?
And then Gabe goes 6 for 6, in the first
Right.
period, and so I just think it became a little bit of a habit.
So Mark is otherwise okay.
Gabe's really good at faceoffs.
Yeah. Power play. Probably didn't like the first one. didn't get a whole lot going, but you get a big goal, obviously, and then didn't take long, and that's an example, right, of just all the threats. And
I think there was 5 times where off the draw we won it. Pittsburgh went after us hard with their pressure, and 5 times we kind of relieved the pressure to the point where, Fly threw that one cross ice to KC, and then it just became we got them stretched out a little bit, and that opened up the middle of the ice, and that was just a great shot by Gabe.
Just last one for me, but your mantra has always been kind of quickly move on, even after a victory. Really have to do it here because you're playing in less than 24 hours, right?
Yeah. Going into obviously Nashville, big rival, big divisional team that we haven't seen, and they just coming off a road trip. There's not a lot of love lost between us, and we just gotta get ourselves out of here and get ready. We'll look at the film and get ready to go with those guys tomorrow.
And this seems to be a theme lately of running into teams that aren't in a good mood. I think they had a bit of a scuffle at their practice today, which probably tells you they're kind of ready to go, right?
I would say that when you go into anybody home building, they're going to be fired up. Obviously, we're coming in with a pretty good record. We're not getting anybody's easy games. Everybody's ready for us, and it just means that we got to be that much harder, that much more prepared, and being ready to go again.
Scott, the only one for me to go back to Sid. He's going to create, but he ends up without a shot on goal. Just what could you say about the effort of your guys to kind of minimize some of their?
Well, when special players are on the ice, and Sid being one of them, everybody kind of has their radars up, and you're trying to keep them, those guys, as far away from the net as possible. You're trying to get into their hands, get into their body, not allow them to get to the parts of the ice that they like to get to, and. It's no secret. We try not to give him any space, whether that's McDavid or McKinnon. Those elite players, the more they feel comfortable, the more they're able to play their game. They're harder to shut down. And just, I got so much respect for Sid, and it's just, it's tough to see what he's going through here. But at the end of the day, we had a job to do, and we got it done. Thank you.